First of all, I look so freaking crusty. Uh, I'm thinking about Krusty the Clown, bro. Um, I. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi. My name is Jared. I am 28 years old, and I am using a budgeting software called YNAB, which is You Need a Budget. I've been using this software since the beginning of this year, let's just say that. And I have been setting up things to the way that works for me and what I'm comfortable with. So, yes. Now, I will be doing a little update video. There's not really a lot to update, but this will be a raw video and I won't really have edits as much as some of my other videos. So right now I am sitting at spending $513.83. I had a I was gonna say I had a vet appointment. No, I had a dentist appointment. God. I I had a dentist appointment. I have 3 dentist appointments this month. The first dentist appointment that I had to pay I was quoted $230, but after my copay, it was around $280. And the first time that I had visited, I only paid the $230, and so I had to pay so I had to pay $230. Then I went in on Tuesday. So yesterday I went in and I had to pay another $50 as well as another $40 because right in the middle of doing my cavities that needed to be fixed, my doctor ended up finding another cavity that was like deep in my tooth. So that was fun. And yeah, my teeth are just very sensitive, even if I have numbing. So yeah. So pretty much the highest cost for me right now is my dentist visit, and that was $320. And then I had a mental health appointment, so I saw my therapist. It was pretty much a last minute type thing, but I had the money to cover it, so I was good to go. Well, I set aside money for it because I kind of knew that I would have an opening this month, so yeah. And then Photoshop. So Photoshop is new. I was just paying for Adobe, but since I've graduated, my company that I am working for, part of the stuff that I am doing now is creating some ad copies. So I'm basically creating ads for our Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter pages. So I'm getting reimbursed for this $22.99 each month. Now I realized that I could just fork over the yearly payment, but I just think I'm going to stick with the monthly because it makes more sense right now, considering that I'm self-contractor. So yeah, I went ahead and I put in like $10 and some change into my crypto, and then I bought this week subscription for so basically I've been shifting away from Spotify. Not that it's expensive or anything like that. It's just I'm trying out a different platform, and that is YouTube Music. I've already used Apple Music, and I personally don't like the user interface on Apple Music. And I had it for free when I was on Verizon. and I switched to Spotify. So that's basically what got me paying for the yearly for Spotify, was because of that. I just didn't like Apple Music. And so then I started paying for Spotify for the year, and I was okay with that, good with that, and everything like that. And then I just switched to, well, I'm using the college premium on YouTube. Not that it's like a different tier or anything like that, but it's $7.99 a month, so it's kind of cheaper than what the average plan cost because I'm on the college discount, which is nice. But I'm getting YouTube Music for free in that package, and I just figured I'd go ahead and switch to that. In doing that, I was like, how am I supposed to switch over my current albums that I have on Spotify to my YouTube Music, So I was watching YouTube, and I discovered this YouTuber who's within the tech world, and they had a referral link in their description box, and I used that. And this platform, basically, you can transfer your music from any platform that you want to, which is what I see on there. And it's like you can transfer up to 500 songs for free, or you could have the 3 different tiers that they have. They have like an annual, a monthly, and then they have a week plan that you can get if you have like what I did, which is, that's why it was $9.50. But yeah, so I paid $9.50 for that, and I was able to transfer over all of my from Spotify to YouTube Music. So that is why it's underneath creator support, because I used a referral link from a creator. And then my Al Pacino, forget about it, was like a buffer account, but there's been some changes again in my budget. So this is basically what I've spent so far is $513.83. But I did just go ahead and get my my other Adobe came out. So let me see. So that's $513.83, and then we're gonna add another, well, $19.99, because that came out. That was for my Adobe subscription that I have, which isn't showing up on here. And then I have my YouTube Premium, which showed up. So this month, right now, I have paid $541.81. And considering I got paid $1,300 and some change this month, or at least that's what my check is this month. Yeah, I am way under budget, or way under my income when it comes to spending. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this in my other video that I had, but I did have I thought that I had a little bit of a moment of realization when it came to, I guess, my financial life. And I was kind of in a rut. I was feeling like I wasn't really going anywhere. And so I wanted to cut back on using my credit cards. And I was going to be doing a all debit system. I know, crazy. Because I felt like I wasn't saving enough that I could, and that I was probably overspending on my credit cards without realizing it. Having about 2 months with me implementing a debit system, well, I didn't document it on YouTube's end. It kind of showed me that it really didn't matter if I was using a debit or a credit system. I am still spending way below my means. I just have an issue where I don't save my money. Like, yeah, I save it, but it's not going towards anything other than next month's bills or a next month or a purchase that I want to make later on in the month that is like a lot of money. Um, so I never really saved it in a savings account, is what I'm getting at. I just saved it in a checking account, and it was almost always gone within 3 months or less, you know? Um, so yeah. Another thing that I think also kind of persuaded me to get off of the credit cards was that I really did like a dive into the financial world on YouTube, and it got me to Dave Ramsey and Dave Ramsey's 7 Baby Steps, and that kind of just stuck in me, and all of his thing about credit cards and everything like that. And to an extent, I do agree, but to another extent, I don't. Like, I'm just so conflicted with some of the advice that he has out there in the world. But yeah, so this is about 12 minutes long, and I'm not really budgeting out anything. I'm just kind of venting. Like, that's what I need to do. I need to vent. I'm venting to y'all. So yeah, 12 minutes in, and I realize I'm pretty much just venting. So this is my old budget, I should say, and that was what I spent. Was the 500, and it's not up anymore. I don't have that up on my phone, but around roughly 500 something, $83, and some change. And then this overspent is because I didn't budget for the $40 that came out on the dentist visit the other day. But I did already budget for the $50, so I know that, and then I've got the money to cover the $40. Now, getting back into the credit card situation, I realized that I never really purposely wanted but I never really paid attention to cashback or rewards or really credit cards with those things. Like, for a good while, I didn't even know that my Quicksilver was like a rewards card, and that's crazy. But that's because I originally started that card originally started out as a platinum secured back when I was 18, and then they Capital One did their own thing and they upgraded that card. And so I didn't know much about that, but I knew about the Walmart rewards card from Capital One. And I got that because at the time I was using Walmart a lot. I was going to Walmart like almost every single day, like 24-hour Walmart. And just hit the spot, bro. And yeah, so it made sense to get that card. But now, because I'm more focused on my financial future and everything like that, I've looked into other avenues, and one of the cards that I've been interested in for a good while now is the Fidelity Visa. And with this card, it's a 2% cash back, but everything that I earn goes right back into my investment account, or I could even put it towards my Roth IRA. So I decided to do that because if I'm going to be spending money on a credit card, I might as well just put it back into my future. So it just makes sense to go ahead and get that, especially because I use Fidelity. So it's just a hand in hand type thing. So I'm waiting on that. I did my application. after I actually received a mailer, and it was for a $150 sign-up bonus, which I supposedly is rare for this card. And I also got the 0% interest for 12 months on it, as well as the $150 sign-up bonus. So that's pretty awesome. I am kind of in a rut though, because I did the application, but I haven't received a denial or a approval yet. I just received an email after I was finished with it, after I was finished with it. And then when I did do the application, that said, basically that they're reviewing it, and that's about it. Is that they're reviewing my application. And then I called today, the reconsideration line, and the lady was so nice, but she pretty much just told me that now it's under review, it's under manual review, and it's no denial, no approval yet either. But I also haven't gotten a hard inquiry either on my credit report yet. So I don't know. I'm assuming they're probably just taking a look looking at why my score dipped for a little bit and then came back up. And yeah. So I'm really hoping that I get that approval with that card, and it's a good limit, because then I'm just going to go ahead and close out my other cards that I won't be using anymore and really have no use to use them. So I don't want to keep them open. But yeah. Anyways, that is my rant. And this is whatever this is going up on the tube. And I shall see you guys in my next video when I allocate my funds and get set up for April. So, bye.